My name is Jared Dent, and this presentation that I have for you guys here is about obviously the title, The Importance of Marketing and Overcoming Challenges for Startups. I'm going to go ahead and do, oh, there it is, full screen. So, just a small overview of the presentation here. I'm just going to go over a little bit of who I am, um, why marketing is important for business, possible challenges that you may face when starting up, how to overcome said challenges or any challenges that you may face. And then at the end, we will do a question and answer session. If you guys have any questions about anything that you heard or anything that you think of, feel free to ask and I will answer that to the best of my ability. So who am I? A little bit about who I am. As you know, my name is Jared Dent. What I do professionally, I do a few things, but as far as the marketing aspect goes, I leverage digital marketing tools in order to help entrepreneurs and small businesses build their brand presence online. AK3 Marketing is the name of the agency that I just started within the last year, and we are based out of Los Angeles, California. Another thing about me, I'm an amateur athlete. At least I was. I played sports my whole life from about 5 years old. I played junior college football until I was 20. And then after that, I just did a lot of weekend warrior type stuff, football, basketball leagues, track, bicycling. On top of that, I'm a supreme sports fan. I root for the Lakers, basketball, Tampa Bay Buccaneers in football, baseball. My favorite team is the Atlanta Braves. And with that, growing up in sports my whole life, my first business or side hustle that I did start was called Still Bodies University or Still Bodies U. And that's another business that I have here that's based in Los Angeles. And what we do is we train amateur athletes on sports training, or I'm sorry, sports specific training, jumping high, running faster, throwing a baseball, throwing the football, et cetera, et cetera. In addition to that, I am a 7-year marketing vet. A lot of my experience in marketing came from the side hustle that I started, Still Bodies You. But in addition to that, I did work several different marketing roles for different companies. I worked in the finance industry. I did marketing for them. I actually worked for a marketing firm itself. It's called 1-800 Dentist. They're pretty popular. Some of you guys may have heard of it, where they do marketing for dentists. Um, I also I also worked for, you guys. Please don't laugh at me, but I worked as a marketing manager for a company that made adult novelty toys, so like sex toys. Um, so I got a lot of my marketing experience from those ventures. Um, and using that marketing experience, I was able to transform my side hustle, which was Still Bodies You. I started that in 2013. I was able to use the marketing experience that I learned on all these jobs, as well as just applying grassroots marketing tactics, a lot of trial and error. And I grew my side hustle, my sports training business, from making nothing at all to generating 5 figures per year. I graduated from Cal State Fullerton. That's part of the reason why I'm here. I got my degree, my undergrad degree from Cal State Fullerton in '09. I graduated with my BA in marketing. I went on to receive my MBA, my master's degree, also in marketing in 2015. And I did that through the University of Redlands. So my educational training, as well as my professional background, is fully consumed with marketing. And last but not least, I am a father to 2 daughters. They motivate me every day to take this entrepreneurship trail seriously because they're counting on me to, be able to provide for them. So I thought it was really important to mention that because they are my quote unquote why. They are the reason that I do all these all these different ventures. So we'll go to our next slide, why marketing is important for business. And a quick sidebar. Um, I originally wanted to go into management when I started college, and the curriculum was like, it was really boring. I didn't like anything that we learned at all. And one thing that I remember, this was in junior college. I went to El Camino Junior College here in Torrance. Some of you guys may be or may not be familiar with it. They're one of the top JCs here in Southern California. But one thing that resonated in my mind was I was taking a management course, ironically, and one of the things that I remember vividly, and I'll never ever forget, was the professor said, if you want to keep a job or you want to keep a significant revenue stream coming, you should either do one of three things. You should do accounting, you should do finance, or you should do marketing. I hate math. Like math, I used to be a math whiz, but I don't like numbers make me freak out and have anxiety. So accounting and finance was immediately thrown out of the window. So I was like, okay, I can do marketing because I'm a creative guy. I like to make up things. I like to build things with my mind, with my hand, et cetera, et cetera. And like I said, working through marketing with the last 7 years, you kind of start to realize how imperative marketing is for business. If there is no marketing along with sales, I always say that marketing and sales is about 90% of business. If you don't have those set up and if you don't have a process, it's going to be really tough selling when it comes to growing your business. So I'll go into it why marketing is important for business, and I'll start with what is marketing, and this is not a technical definition. This is pretty much a definition. This is how I explain it to people. Marketing is pretty much any action taken that is meant to promote your brand and sell your products or services. So any action could be giving somebody a flyer, uh, posting something on social media, writing a blog, going to the highest mountaintop and just yelling to the top of your lungs, hey, I have a new business. Check out my website. Any of those avenues are marketing. Marketing is needed to accomplish the following. It's going to be a short list. One, marketing is needed to attract attention. So when you're starting up, obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously, I'm going to just speak from personal experience from not only doing my AK3 marketing brand, but doing my Still Bodies You brand, my sports training brand. Number one, when you do marketing, you want to attract attention because you have to go into it and thinking like nobody knows you at all. You have this great idea in your mind, you know how you're gonna work it, how you're gonna execute it. But one of the things is you have to attract attention. You have to build some type of buzz. You have to let people know. So that's the first thing about marketing. You have to attract attention to your brand new idea, your brand new shiny toy that you want to get out to the world. Number two, marketing is needed to accomplish or to build credibility. So you have a new idea, you have a new product, you have a new service. Now, why should I buy it from you? I don't know anything about you. I've never met you before. You're just some random guy to me. Why should I buy it from you? So you need to constantly and consistently implement marketing into your business to build credibility. Once you inform and educate your potential customers on who you are, what you provide, and why what you have to offer provides value to them so many times over and over, you start to build a little bit of credibility with your audience. Next, marketing is needed to educate and inform people about your business. So for instance, my AK3 marketing business, what do? We leverage digital marketing tools, email marketing, video marketing, SEO, et cetera, et cetera. Now, when I'm saying that to the average business owner, they may not know what any of that is. So I have to use marketing tactics, i.e. creating content to educate people This is SEO, aka search engine optimization, and you need this for your business because it will help you with XYZ. Okay. So you're pretty much teaching a college course, or it doesn't have to be a college course. You're pretty much teaching and educating the public about what it is your business, your product or service can help them accomplish. Marketing is needed to engage customers. So that's pretty much another, a follow up of the last thing I said. So for instance, engaging customers, maybe you want to do an event, a free event. Hey, this we're having a mixer this Friday evening, 7:30 p.m. We're going to talk about the importance of marketing and overcoming challenges for startups. Hey, come down. We'll have refreshments. We'll engage with like-minded people. We'll ask questions. We'll network. We'll exchange business cards, et cetera, et cetera. So this is another form of attracting attention, building credibility, and educating potential customers or consumers. The next thing marketing is needed to accomplish is nurturing relationships. So now you've met all these good people, you've met all these like-minded people, you've met all these people that you can possibly collaborate with or go into business with. Now, say they aren't ready to do so today, tomorrow, next week, and within the next month, but maybe within 6 months, 8 months, a year, they may be ready to collaborate with you. So what do you need to do in the meantime? You need to nurture that relationship, check in with that person, send emails, call them and offer them a free service. Just keep touching base, because a lot of sales and a lot of collaborations and a lot of connecting, it doesn't happen right off the bat. So you have to nurture these relationships, stay fresh within the minds of these people, consistently follow up and check in with them. And then when the time is right, you guys can connect and collaborate, or, do whatever you need to do to take your business to the next level. Marketing is needed to remain relevant in the marketplace. One good example I can think about this, think about all the huge store chains, Target, Amazon, Walmart. You would think that these big chains don't need to run advertisements consistently on TV, but they do, because they want to remain relevant in the marketplace. Okay. Walmart, Target, all these stores, they can probably go a year without running any type of ads, and they won't see any significant drop in revenue. But the reason they do it is because they want to stay fresh and relevant in the minds of the market, in the minds of the consumers. So when times like right now is happening, Christmas, Black Friday, New Year's holiday season, what are they going to do? They're going to blitz you with commercials to stay relevant in the minds of the consumer, because they know the consumer at this particular time of the year, they're looking and itching to buy stuff. So you want to marketing is used to remain relevant into the mind of customers. Next, obviously, marketing is used to sell your products and services. So, piggybacking off of what I just said, Christmas time, holiday time, you're seeing an uptick in ads. You're seeing an uptick in ad spend. Why? Because people are itching and they're clamoring to buy stuff right now, whether it's for the significant other, mom, dad, auntie, uncle, teacher, et cetera, et cetera. So marketing overall is used to sell your products and services, because the bottom line is what? We want to make money. So next slide, we're going to go into some of the best marketing practices when you're starting up. And yeah, just another quick side note, there's like the saying goes, there's different ways to skin a cat. Most of the things that I'm talking about here today, these are things that I've used in my businesses that have worked, but obviously there's hundreds and hundreds of other possibilities, as long as you have an abundance mindset about things. So these are some of the best practices that I've used and that, I've seen other people use, and they've been able to scale and develop and grow their businesses. First and foremost, what I think the most important thing is knowing your target audience. One of the biggest mistakes that I run into when I talk to people that are starting businesses or people that are in business, they always, when I ask the question of, for example, hey, what is your, the new book that you wrote? Who is that for? They'll say it's for everybody. It's for anybody that wants to learn how to do marketing. Well, in a perfect world, your product and service is for everybody. And in reality, anybody can buy your product or service. However, you shouldn't target everybody when you're first starting out. You should know exactly, hey, this particular product will be best for males 25 to 34 uh, that are startup entrepreneurs that live in big cities like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, that consume, business journal, sports marketing journal, et cetera, et cetera. You want to get as specific as you can when it comes to building your target audience, because you want to know them in and out, because that's going to help you with your plan of attack to gain these potential consumers' attention. The next thing would be to attend industry events. That's why I'm here to participate here in the CSU Startup Incubator event. Philip and one of my other colleagues reached out to me, and yeah, I was more than happy to be here. At this event to talk about my knowledge and insights and expertise. Um, you know, for plenty of reasons. One, to get my name out there, to get my brand out there, to meet new people, to become an authority figure in this particular space. That's one thing that everybody should focus on at the start, is becoming an authority figure. And one of the best ways that I've learned to do that is attending events. Third is to build your online presence. Um, Nowadays we already know, COVID-19, a lot of quarantine, nobody can leave home. So everybody is now online looking for everything. Uh, Online workouts, online school, online education, Zoom meetings, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody is online looking for something. So you should really focus on building your online presence, starting with a website. If you don't have a website, doing some SEO, search engine optimization, so that you can be found on search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing. Creating like loads of content to post on your social media, whether it's videos, images, infographics, getting on Pinterest. The opportunities are endless, but you should definitely work on building your online presence, especially when starting out, because a lot of it is free. Posting on Facebook is free. Posting on Instagram is free. Recording a video on your cell phone and just put it down on LinkedIn. All of that is free. So get online. Everybody's online. Stay online. Um, Create lots of content. What I just said, create lots of content, no matter what, no matter what it is. I just say remain creative. One of the tactics that I take when it comes to creating content is, for instance, like I said, I have a sports training business. So I would take one major piece of content. For instance, what are the benefits of strengthening your core and how that will help you in sports? So that'll be the main piece of content. And then I would just chop that up into different segments, uh, running workouts, core workouts, how to eat, how much you need to sleep. You know, Start with a big piece of content that you have, something that you guys already have. I think a lot of you guys are already in business and been doing business. So start with what you already have and do what I call repurpose that content. Create it. If you have a blog, make it a video. If you have a video, make it into an image. If you have an image, post it on YouTube. And then once you do that, cut it down into little segments where you have content for a week, 2 weeks, a month. That way you're consistently in front of people's eyes. Collaborate with others in your industry. This is a big one as well. Um, Especially if I would suggest collaborating with somebody that's on like the same tier or same level as you. However, if you can get someone that's maybe a little bit above where you are, that would be great. Referring back to my sports training business, when I was doing training maybe 3 years ago, one of the kids that I trained, his dad signed up an ex NFL quarterback to work with us also. And when that ex NFL quarterback came to work with us, obviously he had a ton of connections, college, professional, here and there. I was able to meet a lot of these people. They taught me what they knew. And, just having those connections and learning the knowledge from them and being able to, text them, email them for whatever type of information I needed, I was able to boost my business because I became more of an authority, and I became more knowledgeable of what it is that I was doing, and that provided more value to the customers that were buying my sports my personal workouts. Um Volunteer your services and or give away free products is really a big thing. When I started AK3 marketing a little bit over a year ago, that I spent so much time just doing stuff for people for free, setting up Facebook ads, uh, helping them with their email marketing, building their email list. I've created tons and tons of promotional videos for people to post on social media, animated logos, just to show people what it is that you have to offer. One, two, you want to show people what your work ethic is. Like, okay, even though I'm doing this for free, no, there's no monetary compensation. I'm still deeply invested in, not only helping my business because this is my business, but I want to help you get your business off the ground, because if I help you make money and I help you get your business off the ground, what are you going to do more times than not? You're going to either one, give me a review, or two, you're going to refer me, or three things. One, give you me a review. Two, you're going to refer me to somebody that you know, or three, you're just going to hire me on to continue doing the work for you. And yeah, there it is right there. Get reviews. That's probably the most important thing. That's how I was able to grow my sports training business like exponentially, like so fast overnight. I was just getting reviews like constantly. There's people that even nowadays, when they contact me to about training, the first thing they'll mention is, "Hey, I love your reviews. Hey, I have a kid that is XYZ, and I saw a review said that you're very patient with kids. So I want to get with you." Like, there's been people that have, uh, you know, they've passed up on other people to train with just to train with me just because I had reviews. Those reviews give you value, and they give you an authoritarian, uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like ambiance. It presents you as an authority. It presents you as somebody that knows what they're doing, somebody that prevents value, and somebody that will help people get results. When you're doing business with people, whether it's B2C or B2B, the results are the bottom line. It doesn't matter about the strategy or the tactics. People want to see results. So if you get the results, people will gladly provide reviews for you, and you should always leverage those reviews to scale and get more business. Study competitors. That's another one. Um, Consistently study what people that are in your lane are doing. Whether it's, you know, uh, especially in the marketing game, there's so many agencies out. Like the market is there, is saturated, which doesn't mean that you aren't able to get business. You can definitely get business. I'll talk about niching and target market a little bit more a little bit later. But you definitely want to study your competitors, see what type of people they're signing up, or see what type of people are buying their stuff, see what type of marketing they're doing. Maybe you can, kind of I don't want to just say just plain out copy, but maybe you can replicate a little bit of something what they're doing, or maybe you can see something that they're doing, but they're missing out on a little bit of something. So I'm going to kind of replicate what they're doing, but I'm going to take it the next level because they're missing out on something. Study competitors. That's a real big thing. Possible challenges. We'll go into the possible challenges, and there are a slew of challenges that can arise, not only when you're starting up, but when you're in business for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, especially now, COVID-19, there's a lot of pivoting going on. So that's a huge challenge in itself. So we're going to go over just a slight list of some of the challenges. Like I said before, these are some of the challenges that I faced. There's a bookload of challenges. When we do question and answers at the end, if you guys have something that may have challenged you and you want to ask about it, maybe I can give you a little bit of advice. But we'll go down the short list that I have here. Challenges ahead. You see our man has his briefcase there, about to hop over those hurdles, which is what we're going to do. One of the biggest challenges that most people face, and I know I definitely faced it, not only with my marketing, AK3 marketing, but with my Steel Bodies You starting out, just having little to no resources at the beginning. And resources is not just money. A lot of us, are bootstrapped for money, but, just the resources, like, I don't even know what people to advertise my business to, or I have this big granular plan, but I can't execute all this by myself. So I need some type of a team. You know, or it can even be something as simple as I don't even have an office space to perform, to perform my duties in an effective manner. So that's one of the challenges that a lot of people face when starting up. Another one is going back to the competition, fierce competition. A lot of the market is saturated in all industries, sports, marketing, making toys, video games. Nowadays, thinking about COVID-19, cleaning supplies, masks, et cetera, et cetera. There's everybody every day thinking of an idea to present to the marketplace to, capture a little bit of the market share, because there's a lot of money out here for everybody to make. And, nowadays, entrepreneurship is on the rise because employment is on the decline. People are losing jobs. So the competition is getting a little stiffer. Attracting buyers for your product or service. That's one of the big challenges. That's why marketing is definitely important, because that helps you attract those buyers to you. Starting out, like I said, especially with my marketing business, starting out over a year ago, I saw already, not only is there a lot of marketing firms and agencies and, even freelancers. I'm in Los Angeles, California, which is like uber competitive. Like everybody is doing everything here in LA. So I had problems attracting buyers for my products and services. And that's where, offering the free, freemium. And then once you get results for them for free, then you go into, okay, I do this XYZ. Now we'll begin to start paid services with you. Building trust and credibility from consumers. That's a real challenge. Especially starting out, when you start a business, a lot of the people that are just like people that are inside your network, like maybe mom, dad, friends, some college people. Some of those people might have like some type of preconceived notion about you already. So they have some type of like, they're looking at you some type of way, like, oh, he's stepping in some different type of lane. How credible is this guy? Can we trust him? And then on the outside looking in, when you expand your network to the people that are outside of the people that you already know, it becomes an even bigger challenge because these people have no idea who you are at all. So you have to be professional. You have to know your product and service inside and out, and you have to know your target market and your niche inside and out in order to reach these people, help them solve a problem, and reach their pain points. Right there, segue right into it. Finding the correct target market and niche. So that was one of the challenges that I had, especially when starting my, AK3 marketing. And I actually just finished with the, I can't think of the proper name of the program right off the top of my head, but the semester long program where you work with, marketing entrepreneurship students. The consulting program, the Cal State Fullerton consulting program. Philip, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. JJ, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Small Business Institute. You got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I just finished working with those guys, and that was very, very, very beneficial to me because they were able to help me hone in on my target market and my niche. So since the previous 7 years, I had all experience with sports, personal trainers, athletes, football players, baseball players, everybody in that industry. They decided for me that it would be smart for me to market my marketing services or promote my marketing services to that particular industry. Why? Because I already have 7 years of experience in working with those particular people. So that seemed like the correct and the best target market for me because I already have preconceived knowledge of those people. I don't have to work harder to promote and market my products to dentists or doctors. And now I have to learn what do they do in dentistry? What do doctors do to market their business? That will be a whole nother challenge in itself. So finding the correct market, target market, and niche. So a niche is just a smaller piece of your target market. So if your target market is 18 to 25-year-old girls, your niche will be something like, and this is an example, 18 to 25-year-old girls that are moms and college students. Okay, so that's your niche is a specific sliver of your target market. So my target market for marketing is, I help everybody, but when I started, target market for sports trainers, personal trainers, and then target market is personal trainers. They can go from age 18 to 50. So we'll take 18 to 50, male or female, but my niche is personal trainers that teach speed and agility training, or personal trainers that teach functional weightlifting, or personal trainers that work with kids under 10 years old. Okay. So that's the importance of finding your target market or niche. That's probably one of the, besides your competition and not having money, the target market thing is probably one of the toughest things to, to tackle. Selecting the right collaborations and partnerships. This is a big thing as well, especially when starting out. I highly suggest partnering or collabing with somebody that's been in it already. That way, not only are you learning more, but you're not only are you learning more about the industry itself, but you're learning more about potential customers, potential consumers, and your target market. And you're learning more about how you can connect and reach with these people. So if you remember what I said, maybe I think it was the last slide, when I was doing personal training, when the kid I was training, when his dad brought in that ex-NFL quarterback to work with us to train, that was perfect. That was a perfect collaboration because I was an amateur athlete. He's a professional athlete. So now I'm learning how to train like a professional athlete. I'm learning what professional athletes do. So now I'm taking that same value and that same knowledge, and I'm applying that to all the amateur athletes. When you talk to amateur athletes and tell them that I trained with an NFL ex quarterback, they're all into it. They're there. They're ready to work. They listen. They take instruction. Why? Because I learned what we're doing from somebody that has reached the top of the top. So that right there in itself provides very, a lot of value. Now on my marketing side of the game, starting out, when I was trying to create content, I did a lot of collaborations with other people that were starting out. We would do things like Facebook Live interviews, Instagram Live interviews, just so that I can tap into their target market and they can tap into my target market too. And, that brings more eyes and attention to you so that you have more what we talked about before. You come off more as an authority. You have more content to put out. You're informing people. You're providing value. So definitely, you want to collaborate, but finding the right collaboration is a thing. Because I've had somebody turn me down because he felt that I wasn't the right collaboration. It was a social media trainer. He had over, I don't know, 100,000 followers. I have more, close to 1,500 followers. So he kind of felt like, if I collaborate with this guy, he might bring my value down. You know, I didn't feel that way because of my experience and my knowledge, but I understood where he was coming from because as a social media guy, he was looking at the followers. So it was no big deal to me. But to him, that wasn't the right collaboration. To me, that would have been the right collaboration because he had a whole big following that I could have tapped into. So that's one of the challenges that you also have to face. Time management and staying organized is a big one as well. As a dad, as a person that does, somebody mentioned, there was a serial entrepreneur earlier. So I consider myself the same, dad, serial entrepreneur. You have to spend time with your family and significant others. Just being able to balance that is very important. It's very challenging, and it's very important to get that down so that not only are you fulfilling, the needs of your personal life, you also have to fulfill the needs of your professional life because we're entrepreneurs and our life actually is building businesses. So, setting out, like for instance, me, what I do, okay, I want to do 4 or 5 tasks in 1 hour blocks. So from 9 to 10, I'm doing this. From 10 to 11, I'm doing this. From 11 to 12, I'm doing this. I'll take a lunch at 12. 1 o'clock, I'm back. From 1 to 2, I'm doing this. From 2 to 3, I'm doing this. And then from 3 on, I'm doing my personal training at night or taking care of my kids, helping them with homework. So, time management and staying organized, it helps you, focus in on achieving tasks as well as, taking care of, family, home, friends, et cetera, et cetera. And another challenge is knowing when to hire a team. So that was one of the reasons why, again, I joined up with the CSU student internship, or I'm sorry, the student project. Was because I needed a team of people to help me. My business was starting to grow, out of control a little bit, where I couldn't handle everything on my own. That was one thing. Another thing was I just needed more clarity on direction I needed to take. So, a lot of times people have a lot of ego where you want to do it yourself, but being able to drop your ego and go outside of your network and bring in people from the outside looking in, knowing when to do that is one of the challenges you will face as well. And you want to do that soon, or I'm not going to say sooner rather than later, but you want to just make sure you hit the right peak or the right point in your business before you do that. And we'll talk about how to overcome these challenges. We're ascending up our steps now. We hurdled over the challenges last slide. Now we're just going up the stairs to overcome the challenges on this slide. So piggybacking what I've just said off the last slide, develop a plan and stay organized. So like I said, I do my 1 hour blocks. If that may be something that is beneficial or something that can help one of you here, try it like that. If it's 30 minutes, if it's 2 hours, whatever it is, you want to have a plan, develop a plan. And I would highly suggest writing this stuff down. That was another, I actually probably should have put that on the challenges slide, but starting out, I had a plan, but I didn't write stuff down. So I would deviate from the plan sometimes because it wasn't right there written down in my notebook, which is right here, right with me now. I write stuff down. So when I start to drift out or whatever, I just look down at my notebook and I just read, okay, you have to finish this by 10 o'clock, bro. So focus, and finish doing what you're doing. Next, constantly educate yourself on your industry and business in general. So, whatever industry you're in from A to Z, just, constantly read up on, what's going on in your business. Look for new trends. Looking for new trends is really important because you can get out in front of something that may be coming. And if you do that, that's beneficial for you. You can be the first person to benefit or capitalize from that trend. And business in general, just I follow a lot of people on social media that aren't even in marketing, that people that just have built successful businesses. They offer a lot of good content, a lot of good suggestions, a lot of things where that entrepreneurs need. A lot of entrepreneurs, they go through things like depression, wondering like, am I wasting my time doing this? you know just being able to constantly see other people that have successfully made it and offer their advice on how they got to where they go, that's a pick me up that can overcome the challenge of you facing, why am I doing this? Why am I not scaling? Why am I not making money? Find your niche and become an authority. That's very, very important. Like I said last time, niche. Like the power is in the niche. So if going back with the theme of personal training, I don't know if any of you are personal trainer here or anything like that, but if your niche is working out with pregnant women or working out with people that just uh, gave birth, become an authority in that niche. Like nail that down. Be an authority in that niche. Have people be able to come to you for any questions, be able to offer any advice, write blogs, do a podcast, the possibilities are endless. Like I say with marketing, just be creative. Be your creative self. Do anything that you can to become an authority and nail down whatever your particular niche is. You can be very, very successful, and that can be very lucrative for you. Track and analyze what works and what does not work. Very, very important also. So if you're like posting on social media and you're checking your insights, and maybe you're posting pictures of uh, yourself working in your office or your team working in your office or whatever, and you check your insights and you're noticing like, these posts aren't getting as much engagement or likes or whatever the case may be as I like. So maybe change it up a little bit, and instead of posting videos of you guys doing work, add video, walk around, show your marketing director doing something creative, or take your cell phone and do a short question and answer period with your CEO, something like that. Track and analyze, try different things, trial and error, and then what works, keep going. What doesn't work, either scrap it or alter it a little bit to make it where it possibly can work for your business. Next, outsource or offshore work when you're looking to scale. So like I said, last slide, once you get to that point where, hey, this is becoming too much for one person or two people to do, look outside, offshore, there's freelancer.com, fiverr.com. There's a lot of different freelancer sites where you can offshore or outsource your work for as low as like $5 an hour, $7 an hour, to have somebody do, like for instance, I pay people to find leads for me, $7 an hour, find leads for me so I can cold email them. Because I can't do that. I do the email marketing, I do the Facebook ads, I have to grow the business itself. And then on top of that, I still operate and I'm still growing my sports training business. So I have a lot of time that I have to use on actually building the business itself. So when it comes to working inside of the business, I have to offshore or outsource some of that in order to, keep the operation flowing smoothly. And lastly, my best advice to give everybody is to remain persistent and stay the course. I know me, especially starting out, over these last 7 years, whether it's personal training or with AK3 marketing, there's a lot of times I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm good. I quit. I haven't made money for a week. I haven't made money for 2 weeks. I haven't gotten a call, Nobody's going on my website. You know, you get to your wits end, like, why am I even doing this? I should just go and back into the workforce, make my 50, 60, $70,000 a year and be done with it. But at the end of the day, we're all entrepreneurs for a reason. Like, we have a vision, we have the heart, we have the fortitude to accept the roles and the responsibility of what it takes for entrepreneurship. So if we've already come this far and we've already started, why stop? Why go backwards? You know, if you keep working, keep, you know, I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. If you keep working towards what it is that your vision is, or something that you have set forward, if you keep working on it, it's going to manifest itself no matter what happens. You know, if you, whatever it is, if you're a bicycle manufacturer, you know, if you want to sell 100 million bikes annually, well, guess what? Develop and plan, get organized, consistently educate yourself on your industry, find your niche, track and analyze what works and what doesn't work. When it comes time to offshore, if you need some help building or if you need some help doing sales, do all that, and then just remain persistent and stay the course. If you do that over and over again, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you'll look up and, hey, you have a multi-million-dollar company. So that's all I have today.